You're listening to the Patenting for Inventors podcast, part of the Look Legal Pods from the law firm of Nolan Hyman, the #1 source for your intellectual property, business, and entertainment law needs. Now here's your host, registered patent attorney, Adam Diament.
Hello and welcome to the Patenting for Inventors podcast. I'm your host, Adam Diament, patent attorney and partner at the law firm of Nolan Hyman in Los Angeles, California. This episode is The Robots Are Coming to Help You Patent, the Patent Office's new pilot program for AI patent searches. Now, before you yawn, hang with me. This program is actually a fascinating blend of artificial intelligence, patent law, and a sprinkle of bureaucratic optimism. In other words, the government just gave AI a seat at the patent table, and we're all invited to see what happens next. So what is this new automated search pilot program? In short, it's the Patent Office experimenting using AI tools to automatically search for prior art, meaning earlier inventions that might affect whether your invention is patentable before a human examiner even looks at your application. Think of it like the office's new robot intern. It doesn't take coffee breaks, it doesn't need paid time off, it doesn't roll its eyes when you file 50 claims. It just runs a search across U.S. patents, published applications, and foreign patent databases, then spits out a list of up to 10 potentially relevant documents. The Patent Office then sends that list to you, the applicant, in something called an Automated Search Results Notice, or ASRN for short. The ASRN isn't an office action, it's not a rejection, it's more like an early warning radar ping. Hey, here's some documents that AI thinks might be related to your invention. You might want to take a look before we start examination. The program officially kicks off October 20th, 2025, and runs until April 20th, 2026, or until the Patent Office's Technology Center fills up its quota of about 200 accepted applications, whichever comes first. Across all technology areas, they plan to accept about 1,600 applications total. If it goes well, they might extend it. If it goes badly, well, robots go back to the basement for retraining. So, if you're filing a patent application in that window, and it's a brand new, original, non-continuing utility application, you could throw your hat into the ring. Of course, this is the Patent Office. There are rules. Only certain applications qualify. It has to be an original, non-continuing, non-provisional utility application that is not a PCT national stage or anything imported from abroad. It also has to be filed electronically through the Patent Center using DocX format for your specifications, claims, and abstract. And you've got to be enrolled in the e-Office Action Program. That's the Patent Office's way of sending you communications electronically instead of through old-fashioned paper mail. If you're filing a continuation, a divisional, a continuation in part, a design, a plan, or a reissue application, sorry, no dice. The program is focused on clean, brand new filings only. The goal is to see how AI handles first-time applications with no baggage, no parent case, no prior prosecution, no claim amendments muddying the waters, just a fresh start. Now, how do you actually sign up for this shiny new experiment? When you file your patent application, you'll also need to file a petition using a special form officially titled Certification and Petition to participate in the Automated Search Pilot Program. That petition has to be filed on the same day as the application, not later, not next week. The system won't let you hop in after the fact. You'll also have to pay a petition fee, which is now $420 for a large entity, $210 for a small entity, and $105 for a micro entity. No other fees, no discounts for good behavior, and here's the kicker. If you mess up the petition, there's no second chance. You can't fix it later. The office will just dismiss it and move on. In other words, double check your boxes before you click submit. The robot will not take pity on you. Let's say your petition is perfect, your application is clean, and the Patent Office lets you in. What happens next? After the normal pre-examination checks, like making sure your fees are paid and your drawings don't look like cave art, the AI tool kicks in. The system uses your application's cooperative patent classification, along with the text of your specification, abstracts, and claims, to find similar documents in several databases, U.S. patents, U.S. pre-grant publications, and a large foreign database called FIT, which pulls in published patent documents from other countries. The AI then ranks the top 10 matches, usually up to 10 documents, and generates an automated search results notice. Now, the ASRN doesn't include the actual copies of those documents, but does give you enough information to pull them up in the Patent Office's Patent Public Search System. It even includes a search string you can plug in yourself if you're feeling brave enough to tinker in the public search tool. When you get that ASRN, you're not required to respond, but you might want to. It gives you a sneak peek at what prior art the examiner might end up filing later. That means you can file a preliminary amendment to tighten up your claims, or add backup petition, or add backup positions, or file a petition to defer examination if you want time to think, or even file an express abandonment to get a refund for your search and access claim fees if you decide to start over or pivot. Basically, it gives applicants more control early on before the office action clock starts ticking. When the examiner finally does pick up your case, they'll see the ASRN in your file. They're not required to list those documents in their own search form unless they actually use one in the rejection, but they are expected to consider those documents, just like they would any other reference sitting in their search database. So while it's not binding, it's definitely influencing how the examiner approaches the search. It's like giving them a pre-filled shopping cart of prior art to check out. Now let's zoom out for a second. Why is the Patent Office doing all this? 2 reasons: quality and efficiency. They want to see whether giving applicants and examiners this early AI-generated search data leads to better, faster examination, fewer office actions, fewer requests for continued examinations, and fewer, oops, I should have amended that moments. They're also testing scalability. Can their AI handle the volume if it becomes a regular feature? If the pilot works, you might start seeing automated search results as part of every new application someday. If it doesn't, well, they'll tweak the algorithm, publish a polite report, and quietly move on. Either way, it's a big step towards integrating AI into patent examination. The Patent Office is being careful about data use too. They emphasize that the AI model is trained only on public patent data, not applicant identities or company names, and that confidentiality is fully maintained. No secret leaks, no data sent to the cloud, no AI gossiping about your invention behind your back. So who should consider this program? It could be really useful for independent inventors who want early insight into potential prior art without paying for a third-party search, or for startups trying to gauge their patent strength before investing in full prosecution. It might also appeal to attorneys or agents who like to fine-tune claim strategy before the first office action lands. And let's face it, it'll attract everyone who just likes being part of the big patent office, their next big experiment. Who might not want to bother? Applicants with continuing examinations are excluded, as are those with design or plan patents. Some folks might feel uneasy about AI touching their application data, even if the Patent Office swears it's secure. And anyone allergic to paperwork might want to sit this one out, because you do have to file a petition just right. For some applicants, it may not be worth the hassle, but for others, it could save you time, money, and headaches later in prosecution. The cost is actually reasonable. The petition fee is the only new expense. You're looking at $420 for a large entity, $210 for a small one, and $105 for a micro entity. There are no hidden fees, no subscriptions. For that amount, you're getting an early search from the same kind of AI the Patent Office is building into its examiner tools. If you're to pay a private search firm for a similar result, you might spend many $1,000s for that. So for applicants already filing new applications in that time frame, it's a relatively cheap experiment with potential upside. The Patent Office isn't pretending AI is a distant idea anymore. It's here, as part of their workflow, and this pilot is how they're testing the waters responsibly. Maybe it'll make your next patent journey a little smoother, or at least give you something to brag about. Hey, my prior art search was done by a robot. So to sum it up, the automated search pilot program is the Patent Office's way of experimenting with AI to improve how prior art is identified before examination even begins. You file a regular patent application, throw in a petition and a small fee, and in return, the Patent Office's AI runs a pre-exam search and sends you the results. You don't have to do anything with them, but you can use them strategically to clean up your application, delay prosecution, or even decide not to pursue it. It's voluntary, it's short-term, and it's a sign of things to come. If it works, AI-assisted search could become the new norm, not the exception in patent law. And if it doesn't, at least we know the robots aren't quite ready to replace examiners just yet. That's it for today's episode. If you found this useful, share it with your inventor friends, or that one startup founder who's always telling you they've got this great new idea but haven't filed it yet. Then connect with me by giving me a call at 424-281-0162. Thanks for listening, and until next time, I'm Adam Diament, and keep on inventing.
Thanks for listening to the Patenting for Inventors podcast. If you enjoy the show, please kindly rate and review on your favorite podcast platform. The contents of this podcast are intended for general informational purposes only. The facts of every legal matter are unique, and the content of this podcast should not be construed as offering legal advice for your specific legal situation. For more information about how we can help with your own legal needs, check out our services at nolanhyman.com. That's NOLANHEIMANN.com. Or call Adam Diament directly at 424-281-0162. The preceding information may be considered an attorney advertisement and does not establish any attorney-client relationship.